Hi Leo, welcome to your general messages for the week of Sunday the 17th to Saturday the 23rd. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome those of you who are new. I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to do career/money. So it could be career money from what you are making in your career, or money that comes from another means, whether it's an investment, some sort of legal settlement, inheritance, anything like that. A loan that you're waiting on. Okay. Your partner's money, anything like that. Okay, so let's pull two crowning energies first, and then I'm going to be doing love. Just popped out, so it's important that you love what you're doing. Love, love, love. That is you guys, fifth house energies, Leo. And then we're going to be doing love. I'm going to timestamp below in the description box. I'll be doing a spread for you and for an energy that you're dealing with. Okay. First, crowning up, self-sabotage. Okay, so having to do with career and or money, some sort of financial situation. You want to make sure you don't get in your own way. Let's see what else works with that. Okay. Tricky thing with self-sabotaging behaviors. This is for all of us and only you, Leo. It's like we don't know we're doing it when we're doing it. So that's the tricky part. Okay, and then we have blessed. Beautiful. So you definitely have some sort of definite energetic influences that are helping you out, that are blessing you right now in whatever situation you're in regarding work, regarding money, having to do with either your career, some sort of situation that you're trying to work out regarding finances, whether it's your own or maybe a situation going on within your relationship as well. Wherever money is an issue, wherever money is a thing in your life. So we have self-sabotage and bless. So we want to make sure that maybe self-sabotaging behaviors, obviously when it comes to money, is obviously maybe overspending, not being very responsible. This could also be maybe getting in your own way regarding getting some new work, some new project off the ground, anything like that. Self-sabotaging behaviors can also be being very stuck in and attached to a particular outcome because it's not exactly what you want. Okay, yeah, so something has to be cut out. This is the first card up from the Lenormand, is the Scathe. And the Scathe does indicate that something needs to be cut out, either that you're doing or that's going on within the situation, right? This is the current situation. So let's see what ends up coming up. We have the Ruby as far as loving what you do and feeling really committed to doing it. This is your block right now. Part of the advice is to look at something more deeply and release anything element of creativity, something that you really want to do. You have to release it. You have to let it out. Now, as far as the outcome, there's going to be some sort of information coming into you. It's good news, right? It's the letter. It's truth. Whenever we get a white feather, that indicates truth. So some sort of result is coming in, having to do with something that either maybe a job application, something regarding a lawsuit. The truth could also be like a realistic perspective on a situation that you're dealing with. So let's see what we get. Using the Chakra Tarot for our messages. So we'll pull 3 down under each and see what we get. Okay, so it does look like something has ended. There needs to be some sort of completion. But then we have the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant energy. So for those of you who are in any sort of situation there where you're dealing with finances regarding marriage, right? This could be a thing because the Third of Swords can indicate divorce, heartbreak, but it's also just loss as well. Some of you may even be feeling rather depressed because of maybe losing your job, or there being a huge change in your job, a huge change in your finances, something like that. Something has been cut out with the Scathe. Something has been cut out with the Scathe. And because the Scathe is pointing at the Ruby, something that you felt that you really had in your mind as what was going to bring you a strong foundation. So that could be your job, an investment, your marital connection, however it ends up coming out. But there is this card of pain as a result of cutting it out. But then we have this Knight of Cups, which is some sort of offer coming in, right? Because this is a proposal. This is a proposal of something that is going to resonate with you. It's either a new job. This could be a new job offer. This could be meeting somebody who can help you with your work. This could be a new offer having to do with a settlement if you're in the midst of a lawsuit, anything like that. Now, the Hierophant energy on its face is about conformity, convention, expectation, tradition, anything like that, okay? So basically like what's expected, expectations, right, are playing here. What's expected of a situation, what's expected of you at work, what do you expect of yourself regarding money, what kind of expectations do you have regarding some sort of settlement, right? That's what this is. Now, for some of you, obviously the Hierophant, many of you who know the cards know that the Hierophant is also a marriage card. So this could have to do with, something being shifted, right, in a marriage situation, but there being a proposal. Even though something is painful, there's a proposal of how to settle something, how to move forward in something. Some of you may be dealing with challenges regarding finances because you want to get married, so it could be something like that, but then somebody coming in and helping you out. But there is this idea of the need to release in order to get here. So there's going to need to be this compromise here. So you want to make sure that you don't get in your own way when it comes to the sacrifice. Because the cutting out here, like let's just say, for example, you're looking to sell your house and you want to sell it for X amount of dollars, but the offers keep coming in a lot lower. Maybe this proposal comes in, right? And there's this compromise when it comes to expectations. So there's got to be some sort of compromise here is what I see. So what the block is being able to feel like you have a firm footing, that you're really loving the outcome of something. You're blocked. It's like something is getting in the way of you being comfortable with how something could be rolling out. We have the Ace of Wands. This is a block as far as creativity. Ace of Wands is being very creative, a new project, inspiration, having the urge to create something, being able to see something that you really want to do, that you feel really passionate about. If it has to literally do with career, if it has to do with a situation where it's like a lawsuit or some sort of inheritance situation or some sort of circumstance that requires another person to be involved, you might feel really stuck in how to approach it in a different way. You might be having a hard time leaving something that maybe needs to be released, right? Something that, because when we get the Chariot energy, the Chariot is about action and change, and it's about moving away from something that is not serving you. And you have to get on that metaphorical home path, that right path that you're meant to go on, because this tells me that you're having a hard time doing that. But what I'm getting here with the Skate and the Three of Swords, whatever has been going on regarding money, there's going to be a necessary shift, and fighting it is not going to serve you. Fighting it is really not going to serve you, no matter what it is. So there needs to, but you're blocked in this way. You're having a really, really hard time, and this could also indicate like you may be feeling like, at least temporarily, just right now, like maybe feeling like you've lost your way at some point. You might be in the space of like, what happened? I don't even know how I got here, right? And then we have this working with the Nine of Coins. Again, as the last blocked energy. I mean, the block here is in your feeling confident to be self-sufficient in the way that you would like. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to provide for yourself, but in the way that you would ultimately like, to have enough money for the things that you would ultimately like to do. Not that you're going to be in poverty. That's not this kind of energy. Nine of Coins is you're making your money, you're working on it, you have, right? But now you want this extra for you to enjoy the luxuries, the little luxuries. And so if you're not able to do that, it could be very, very frustrating. But the block here is in having the money to have the life and what it is that you really, really want right now. So it's this recognition perhaps of where you might need to tighten your belt, or maybe you have been tightening your belt, or you may be not getting the price for something that you had your heart set on, or something like that where you had something in your mind's eye and it's falling short of that. Okay, everything is happening for a reason. We have the Blessed card, which tells me that there is energy from the other side that's definitely helping you right now. So there is something very creative, says that there's an approach, there is an answer that's actually within you already, but you need to really get in touch with what that actually is. And I feel like you guys are going to be doing it. You know, you guys do have the Uranus and Mars conjunction in Taurus, and Taurus is an earth energy, it's a pentacle energy. You have it in your 10th house of career as well as reputation, right? Now, there's going to be a lot of wacky energy in your 10th house right now because Black Moon Lilith is involved. So there's going to be a lot of transformational change having to do with that 10th house energy. Now, keeping it with the career, this could have to do with career. Guys, keeping it real, could also be with your marriage, right? But we'll talk about that more when we get to that. But lots of crazy energy. Tuesday into Wednesday, it hits exact at 6 degrees, 19th into the 20th. So just know that this is going to be a very charged week. It just is. Now, we do have Chiron is going to be hanging out, though. For you guys, it's going to be hanging out in your 8th house, which is all about healing. Chiron makes us look at stuff so that we can heal, right? And it's going to be trining the karmic nodes, right? And the karmic nodes for you guys are the 5th and 9th house energies, right? So it's squaring on one end and it's trining on the other. Very interesting placement. It's like you're being forced to look at the ending and beginning of things in your life right now. There's no question, Leo, you're going through a lot of change, but I digress. We have, as the second advice card, we have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords says that it's time to compromise, time to make a decision. And we have this working with the Princess of Coins. So the Princess indicates a new cycle in a situation. So this could indicate, for some of you, a new job, money news coming in, some of you getting a raise. Right, this is the advice. The advice is figure out a way to bring this to yourself, but it's all about needing to make a decision to change jobs, to make a decision to go after that thing that you're keeping in that gilded cage there, right? Tapping into whatever it is that you really, really want, that you really, really love to do, tapping into that if it has to do with career. And also, if it has to do with a lawsuit, this does tell me, like, you know what you need to do, but it's a matter of making the decision. And once you make that decision, then the new cycle can start. And then we go into the Ace of Cups energy. Ace of Cups is beautiful. This is doing something that you really, really want to do. This is creating a brand new business. This obviously could be getting a new job, taking a new approach, making a decision to do something new. Ace is new. Cups represents our emotions, right? Our emotional experience. So it's really adopting a new perspective, you know. Again, going back to the self-sabotaging energy here, we want to make sure that we don't bring that into fruition. We want to have a different perspective had on something that's going on here regarding money. Now, as the final outcome, again, we have some sort of truth that's being delivered here. And the truth of the matter is, look, the bottom line is you might need to be going into business for yourself. The Emperor is about, it's an Aries energy, it's a fresh path, a new perspective, it's a leadership energy, this is about strategic planning. Some of you may be in a situation where you're getting some sort of truth delivered to you from your father. You might be there might be something being settled having to do with a father, having to do with inheritance. You might be going into business with a father as well. The Emperor is also a father energy. You might be getting money from your father. You might be getting financial assistance from family. Six of Coins is this, right? I mean, it's very much a giving and receiving help, generosity, anything like that. And then we have the King of Wands. So we have two kings, but then no, we don't have two kings. I'm sorry. There was the Emperor and Six, and then we have the King of Wands. So King of Wands is about being brave, right? Taking a chance, being brave. King of Wands is passion, it's creative. But in astrology, it's connected to Cancer and Leo. Cancer and you. So this is doing something that you feel very passionate about, but that also feels, it resonates with you as something that you're meant to be doing. That's where the Cancer comes in, right? Because the Cancer is about home, the metaphorical home space, that feeling very safe and secure in it. So I really like this. Some of you may be getting help, again, from a father or a father figure, right? Receiving information that you are getting help from somebody in that way regarding something regarding finances. Or this could be you taking ownership and deciding, you know what, I want I want to go into business myself. I'm going to just, take something the way it is. If it's not working out, see how you can maybe turn it around to work to your advantage. Because it does indicate like maybe a change in strategy that ends up paying off. But it's like some sort of information is coming to you that's going to push you to make a different decision. And that decision is going to end up really serving you well as far as being generous, like a generous decision for you. And I see you being brave, even though you might be scared. But that is the Leo energy, right? I mean, the Leo energy is doing it scared. You might be scared, but you're doing it anyway. You're being brave, right? It's all about tapping into creativity as well right now. So, okay, so that's what we have as far as career for you guys. Pretty straightforward. Now let's go into relationship for our Leo friends. So the first spread is going to be for you, and then the second spread will be an energy that you're dealing with. Okay, so we'll pull what's going on now, your block, some advice, and an outcome. Alrighty. And two more. Alright. So let's see, Leo. You got stuff going on. I'm just thinking about like energetically. I mean, you do have the Pluto conjunct Sun in Capricorn for the first half of the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You have that in your 6th house of day-to-day work environment, your health, all of that. But then come Wednesday, when the Sun goes into Aquarius, that's gonna be impacting your 7th house. So particularly for those of you who are in a serious relationship or marriage kind of energy, but there is also going to be this push to healing something that goes on in your 8th house, having to do with how you show up as a we energy in relationship. Shared resources, shared intimacy, shared communication. Something's going to be pushed there for that. Very energetically heightened week, though. I don't think I need to tell anybody that. But where you're at right now, we have the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is you're very focused on family contentment. You just want to be happy. You just want to be happy. And that family kind of commitment, like where you're comfortably content, even if you guys are not married or living together. But you know what I'm saying. Like, when you feel like family with somebody. It's like total love and support, 10 of Cups. Focused on that. Except then we have the Hermit clarifying that. So that's what you're focused on. But you might be in a space where you're very... All right, I just want to say straight out of the gate what I'm getting. If any of you are involved in any sort of like secret love affairs, I see some sort of cycle ending in that. I'm sorry to say it like that. I'll work through that, but I do see, as the Hermit energy can indicate trying to work at a relationship alone, very privately with the partner. So we have that 10 of Cups energy, you guys trying to work things alone. The 2 of Cups is a very important conversation that needs to go on where a proposal is made, but the result of that conversation is the 10 of Swords energy, which is a complete and painful ending. So that's going to be resonating with some of you. The Hermit energy, though, typically in relationship is going it alone for a bit. Really kind of going to the top of the mountain and doing what hermits do best in their Virgo energy is to problem solve and figure out, really get in touch with, their personal truth, right? Your personal truth, going within for clarity, looking for that spiritual illumination. How can you bring that to yourself? Again, the 2 of Cups, no matter how we slice it, is about an important conversation that needs to go on. It's the sharing between the 2 of you. It's sharing of an idea. Where are we going from here? Are we going to work at this? Let's do this. Where, what does all of this mean? But it is making that decision because there's got to be this conversation about the love, about the partnership part of it, you know, and what does it all mean? And then we have complete and painful ending, right? With the Ten of Swords. So there can be this conflict, this Ten of Swords, between like the sun and the moon, and this energy can definitely be at odds here energetically. It's like think about it almost as like an eclipse energy, right? Where the sun and the moon are kind of fighting with each other, almost like, you know, mom, moon, dad, sun. They're like fighting about getting a divorce or something like that. It's kind of like that, like a push and pull energy. You know, maybe you want one thing, they want something else, but it ends up being this kind of energy where there's a complete and painful ending, because it's like one sword at a time over time has been put into this situation. And a lot of it has to do with just the building up of issues in a relationship that were not properly communicated about, you know, up to that point. So I feel like, Leo, for the most part, if you're resonating with this, I feel like you're rather confused about relationship. So it's like, you know what you want, but here you are thinking about how it is that you can make it happen. And if you guys have the conversation, it ends up ending, or you're working through the energy of the ending and you're just trying to figure out what's necessary to fix it. The block here is being able to see the truth of something. Not that you're lying to yourself, for goodness sake, but the High Priestess is about trusting yourself, right? It's about what you're feeling inside. It's very much a moon energy. And in the High Priestess, you're very, very sort of in touch with your emotions, but this is your block. So you might be in this kind of situation where, like, your best friend says to you, Leo, so how do you feel about this situation? And you're like, I don't know. Stop asking me. I'm not sure. I don't, you know, you might feel like you don't have all the information. It could really just be that. You're just not sure. Now we have the Emperor energy. So the Emperor energy can mean a couple of things, right? Part of your confusion could be because you met somebody new, because the Emperor could indicate that you met somebody new. The Emperor does also indicate taking leadership over your own life, really taking the bull by the horns and saying, you know what, I'm going to be very strategic. I'm going to, you know, think for myself. I'm going to go off on my own, you know, and getting in touch with what all of that would look like, right? Really taking control and charge of the situation. But that's a block for you. You're just not sure. Others of you, and this is going to resonate with some of you, your father or a father figure might be serving as a block right now within this connection. So somebody's parent or father might be sort of putting their 2 cents in, and it might be really confusing you and serving as a block. So it's going to resonate with some of you. Or you could be dealing with an Aries who's blocking you as well, Leo. So you might be dealing with an Aries and their whole energy is just blocking you, right? Because Aries is a beautiful energy. It's a go-getter. It's confident. It's fiery. It's passionate. They're ideas driven and all of that. But in their shadow manifestation, which is how it would show up in the block, they're very stubborn and they want things their way, right? So that could definitely be working here. And then we have the Tower. So the Tower is a block for you. Leo, interesting. I feel like in some way you feel like something's over. You feel like something's over. Now that's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, the block here, okay, I'm getting 3 different things. Okay, so some of you are dealing with a situation being over. You knowing it intuitively, you know it literally. Depends on your situation. Different Leos, different ages, different stages, right? Others of you are realizing that something needs to change within you, but you're having a really hard time accessing it. You know that if you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got, but you don't even know what that means to you. You're having a hard time sort of crystallizing what that means for you. You know that there's got to be change, but you're just not sure. Others of you, you feel really good about where you are, but you're recognizing that your partner is just not seeing clearly, and that in order for them to be functional within this particular dynamic with you, they have to completely revamp the way they see you, the relationship, the whole thing. And this is a block for you because they're not able to see it, and you can't go in and mitigate something that's really not your stuff, right? So a lot of you are going to be feeling like that. but you're not feeling the sense of reciprocity in the relationship. You're not. This idea of giving and receiving help, generosity, I have your back, you have mine, let's work this relationship together, shared everything, whatever, right? The beautiful energy of sharing is not there. And this is blocking you. This is getting in your way. So it seems like there are some heavy blocks that are in the way right now for you. Let's see what the advice is. The advice is Ace of Pentacles. Now, yes, Ace of Pentacles does indicate a new job, or, you know, a new investment, something like that. Now, yeah, some of you might be like, you know what, the hell with relationship. I'm going to go buy myself a little house somewhere. I'm going to throw all my energies into that, and I'm just going to focus on that. I'm going to go get a new job and focus on that. Some of you may be doing that. The Ace of Pentacles in a relationship read, Pentacles also means mental, physical, emotional connection. So some of you guys might be making the decision to connect with somebody new, because the Ace is brand new. This could just, because it's mental and emotional as well as physical, it could be any of them, but this could simply be meeting somebody new online, or just connecting with somebody, even if they just start out as a friend, something like that. But we have here the King of Cups. So I feel like if you're communicating with somebody, they're going to be very, very supportive. They're going to be very empathetic. They're really going to be hearing you. Yeah. I have to tell you, Leo, I'm feeling like a new energy here. This is what I'm feeling. I am feeling a new energy. See, because, and two, like, I feel like this King of Cups is somebody that you can really speak with, because in astrology, the King of Cups is associated with Libra and Scorpio energies, right? Like, if we say the King of Cups, yes, is the king of all water signs, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, yeah, you know, all of that. That's fine. That's the noun of what he is. But, you know, more like the adjective, right, is more like the Libra Scorpio energy. And Libra does indicate the 7th house of marriage, of deep partnership, and Scorpio is about transformation. And it's so Libra is also always pulling out those scales. What's fair, what's not fair, what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good, how much do you feel loved, right? So this King of Cups energy is asking you all of this. It's like, Leo, well, is it the right thing? Do you feel good in this? Well, you know, because the King of Cups is a very supportive energy, very empathetic, very tolerant, all of that. Well, what does that look like in action? It's asking these questions. It's acting like, you know, emotionally connected, very tolerant while you work through your emotions. This is somebody who can sort of hold your hand through a process, right? But we have clarifying him. We have the Page of Cups, which is a new love. So this can be, you know, taking this connection that you are, you know, sort of starting out, it does seem like from a friendship space, and it's sort of evolving into this other thing, heating up all the way up into a Queen of Wands energy, which is a very confident, self-assured, creative, passionate, sensual, sexual energy. And this is the advice. So the advice here is to reach out for support to somebody and really open yourself up to something new, because it does seem like something's over here. But I feel this sense of resistance. I don't know. Yet realization of the facts. So it's an interesting blend of energies that I'm getting. But let's look at the outcome here. So the outcome, we start off as the King of Pentacles. Very nice, solid and practical energy. This is somebody who has their act together in relationship. So this could be a new energy that you met, or this could be how you are. This is just very sort of, again, solid, practical when it comes to mental, physical, and emotional connection. This is somebody who understands what to do with their money. This is somebody who understands how to connect with somebody in relationship, communication, all of that. I like the King of Pentacle energy in relationship because it's Aries and Taurus, right? So Aries is about fresh path, new perspective, woohoo, let's go, right? And Taurus is about what matters to you, right? It has to do with money, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back, the food in your mouth. So we get very practical. So Aries is very fiery. Come on, let's go. Let's, you know, take the world by storm. But then the Taurus energy is like, well, we're going to also make sure that we have what we need while we do all of that, right? So that's kind of the King of Pentacles energy. But we have this this, then we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, fine. Listen, there's going to be some worry here. You may go through a period where you feel very disconnected from a situation. You might feel like this level of disconnection and fear. And that's okay. It seems like that would be weird if you didn't feel like that. But then we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is recognizing the truth of a situation. The truth of a situation coming out, and you're very ready for a new cycle where there's a lot more clarity. All right, because the truth is going to make all of these little light bulbs that you're holding go off, and you're just going to be seeing things differently. And then we have this working with the fabulous magician energy. And I love this because this is straight up Mercury. And Mercury rules Gemini, communication, and Virgo, problem solving. Communicating to solve some problems. I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of communicating, a lot of discussions. There's a lot of discussions going on here. Now, I have to tell you, I am seeing, all right, listen, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it's not your reading this week, Leo, then I'm sorry for those of you who are not resonating with it. But I see you being very focused on what matters to you, but you realizing that something has ended. We got a Ten of Swords and a Tower energy. You know, something is ending even though you're blocked. You're being blocked with the ending of something because you're just not sure of what's going on. But I do see somebody else coming in. Allow this to happen. That's the advice, is to allow it to happen for now. Where it goes, who knows, right? This is only for the 17th to the 23rd. Maybe that's just a for now thing while somebody else finishes getting their act together or comes to understand what they're doing in a situation. Who knows? Sorry, cross watchers, that's what the cards are saying. So, okay. I know I get a lot of hate when I do these kinds of readings now because I'm going to go into a subjective read. But I know it helps a lot of people out who do resonate with it. So that's why I keep doing it. I have to be true to me as well and what I feel comfortable doing. Nine of Swords. So there's anxiety here being experienced by an energy that you're dealing with, Leo. An energy that you're dealing with, ruminating thoughts. They could be struggling with depression, anxiety, lots of anxiety over something. So let's see what's happening with them. Okay, we have the Magician, Five of Cups in the block. King of Wands is the advice, and we have the Moon. It's the outcome. Okay, yeah. All right. So the Magician right now, this is from their perspective, okay? From their perspective. So this is a subjective read for an energy that you're dealing with. You don't have to agree with this. In their mind, they're trying to communicate. In their mind, right, they have the Magician this time around, right, is the situation right now, and this is about communicating about what exactly is the right thing to do in this situation, and it's communicating towards problem solving. The Magician is a great energy. It's about focused creativity, turning vision into reality, you know, feeling a sense of inspired action. Come on, let's fix this, let's talk about it, let's do all of that. Then we have the Page of Coins. Page always indicates a new cycle. Coins is mental, physical, emotional connection. This could also be that your partner is very focused on some sort of new job or some sort of something to do with finances, being in a space where it's like, no, everything's going to be okay because now we're getting more money this way, or there's a new cycle in money, or everything's going to be okay, trying to like communicate like that, or being very, very focused on trying to get a new job or bringing money in. That could certainly be it. But Page is, again, new cycle. This could also be mental, physical, emotional connection. So here they are communicating, trying to solve a problem. Then we have this, interesting. Trying to move away from the toxicity that we have with the Six of Swords, right? I mean, that's what this is. So this is a necessary transition, moving away from something. Nine of Wands, though, it's like they're not finished yet. I mean, they still want to give this a shot because there's a level of persistence that's associated with this energy, even though they still have their boundaries up. So I feel like they're definitely wanting to just leave the toxicity behind. But what's the deal with the Page of Coins? Like, is there another connection, or are they looking to start a new cycle with you? Again, page does indicate a new cycle of connection. For some of you, it's going to actually be both. There may be a third party that they're I don't get that they're in a full-blown relationship, but they can be like somebody who maybe they're interested in, but that could only be reflective of the fact that maybe there's something going on in the relationship, but yet they want this new cycle with you. But then it seems like they're not sure if they want to deal with what they perceive to be as the toxicity, right? Now we have, as far as their blocks go, 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups is, loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned, feeling unloved. This is blocking them. They don't feel wanted. They don't feel very wanted in the situation. We have the Page of Cups as a block. Page of Cups is a new love, right? This is a new cycle in love. It could be a new cycle. They're feeling very blocked to get that going with you. Or this could have to do with maybe they did meet. Look, we got a page and a page in the second position. So there could be somebody that they're kind of thinking about, or they could even just be thinking about the idea of, if this doesn't work out, then what, right? And that could be part of the block too, is the idea of maybe moving away from this situation, because they're identifying it for themselves as it being toxic. But the truth of the matter is they're having a hard time with the truth of the matter, Leo. This Queen of Swords is all about truth, honesty, being self-sufficient as well. Could resonate with some of you as well, like that. Now, they may be feeling like you have a hard time with the truth. And they may be concerned that they think you have a new love, you have this newness, and that's what they're feeling sad about, right? That's always how it could be in tarot, especially with relationship reads. The energies could always be vice versa. What's important to hone in on is what these cards represent, and then apply it to your situation as you would see fit. Now we have the Faith card. There's a block here with that. So either couple of things. Maybe the person that you're dealing with is still married. Maybe the person that you're dealing with doesn't want to get married. Could be. Maybe the person that you're dealing with has a hard time having like a conventional type of relationship where there are certain expectations. That's a block for them. Could certainly be, because it's the Faith energy. It's equivalent to the Hierophant. So going into the advice, the first thing we have up is King of Wands. Be brave, man. This is what they need to do. They have to be a little more bold, and they have to be nice, and they have to be understanding and caring in this energy, because King of Wands is a Cancer and Leo energy. So it's, the advice here is get back in touch with the romance, right? That Leo energy, the fire, right? That you guys are all about. Get in touch with you. Right, but in a way that makes everybody feel very like they're in the right place. That's Cancer. Grounded, rooted, safe, secure in a situation. We have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a very new, creative way of handling things. There's a new path having to do with the passion element within this. But I have to tell you, I feel like with the Page, because the Page is a new cycle and Wands are will and motivation, it is this new cycle. So I actually feel like the advice for them is to be more brave, figure out what it is that they want to do in order to push something forward. Understand that a new cycle in there, whatever it is that they want to do. Maybe they're very focused on their work, because Wands are creativity, and that could have to do with like some sort of entrepreneurial endeavor or something that they're very focused on. And so this could certainly be where if they feel like they're in a situation where they can't really bring themselves to where they want to be, right? Because of the relationship, not because of you, but because of expectations in relationships, then they have to go. Because we have the Eight of Cups here in their advice. The advice is here that they have to go. This is their advice. The advice here is withdraw, retreat, move on, abandon the situation. You're not going to get what you're looking for here. And to totally put an end to it. Tower. I mean, this really is about ending it. Because, and this is the advice, because at the end of the day, the moon, emotions, is very focused on what they want, need, and desire, and not on what you want. You're dealing with an energy, Leo. I'm sorry, cross watchers. This is an energy who's super focused on what they want, what they need, what they desire. There's a little bit of a selfish vibe here. And I don't want to, not that there's any malice involved. It's just they're having a hard time showing up as a partner. Even though they have very strong feelings for you, even though they're having anxiety and depression about this, they want their cake, they want to eat it too. Because the moon is emotions, it's what they're feeling, and they're very focused on themselves. The Nine of Coins is very focused on self. It's focused on self-sufficiency. It's focusing on self-gains financially, solo pleasures, what an individual wants. It's this energy where it's like, I want to have extra money to do whatever I want kind of thing, right? And that does not jive well with Leo, right? Because for you guys, I'm talking about your archetype here, where we have Leo energy. Leo, when it comes to relationship, wants to know that they're friends with their partner. And they want kind of like a life path partner, you know? You can hang out with and laugh and be serious and go through stuff and still be holding hands down the road. Yes, it's passion, it's all of that. You know, when you're not feeling your strongest self, could you have ego issues? Okay, maybe a little more than the next person, but for the most part, you guys are all about love. You're just like walking love and romance. And that's Leo. That's 5th house. It's the house of fun, for goodness sake. You know, it's all of that. It's all of that. So for you to be with somebody who's just focused on their own stuff, because they feel like they don't fit in. They feel like they don't fit because they've changed. There's been this sort of evolution. Now they feel very, this is like self-imposed isolation, self-imposed imprisonment. They feel like they don't belong in this situation anymore, but it's because they've put themselves in this situation, and they really need to ask themselves what has changed. As they might be trying to point the finger at you, Leo, but the reality is they've changed. Everybody changes, but the challenge here is that, you know, do they change in the wrong direction? Do they not, kind of thing, you know? And then we have this finally finishing up here as far as the final outcome, the King of Pentacles. And this is like a very solid and practical decision having to do with the mental, physical, and emotional connection that's going on here. This is kind of like... Leo, I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are going to be coming after me for this one, but I have to read what the cards are. This is what I'm feeling, though. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is just way too focused on themselves right now. Way too focused. And I truly feel like more than anything, whether there is the idea of newness, somebody else, I don't think that, because I'm sure many of you, if you're resonating with this, you may be like, yes, there's somebody else that they're interested in. But I don't even feel like, I'm talking about from the cards are telling me that that's the main issue. I feel like the main issue is they just want to do what they want to do. That's it. They want to know you're there when they want you there. And the thing is, I feel like they don't even see it. I honestly don't. I feel like they don't even see what they're doing. Very interesting. Let's pull some Island Time Wellness. I don't read these in reverse. So we have Girl with a Snake. Girl with a Snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabling boundaries. And we have that working with addiction, which is about codependency, addiction, anything really, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint, anything that's like imbalance, right? And it's this idea of like having allowed it. Then we have wedding rings. Wedding rings, union, married, soul connection, eternal love. And then we have paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, oneness, enjoying each other. And why I think that, I'm going to tell you why I think this is interesting, Leo, just because The Pluto conjunction, Sun in Capricorn, again, hanging out in your 6th house, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday goes into Aquarius. Then it's going to be hanging in that 7th house of partnership with Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. Mercury's going to be in there for a bit with Saturn and Jupiter. So there's going to be a lot of focus on your relationship sector. There just really is. And what all of that means. Lots of focus on that area. But then we have the runner. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. So this sounds like the person that we were just identifying. Then we have Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. And then we have that working with twin flames, yin yang, complementing each other. See, this is interesting, Leo, because I feel like somebody else is coming in here. Then we have palm tree. Love that. This is palm tree is about stability, security, permanence, growth. Somebody who's really flexible, who goes, you know, is all about endurance. So I feel like here you are, you know, recognizing that you've been in this imbalanced situation, focusing on the connection and getting in touch with the fact that you want to be in something where there's this playfulness, right? Because you guys are Leo. You want to have that playful friendship, that kind of thing. You're realizing that you were dealing with a runner in a codependent relationship, something like that, or maybe you were even, I don't know. But the idea that Cupid's arrow, love coming in, this other energy, you guys being more of a twin flame dynamic here, that's going to bring you a lot more stability. So it does seem like you're sort of transitioning. There's ultimately going to be this healing at the end of all of this, but it seems like you're in a bit of a challenging space of transition right now. So that is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a very safe week. Remember to breathe, especially on the 19th and 20th of this week. Even if you don't even watch the presidential elections, this has the inauguration. This is so much bigger than that. This is Uranus-Mars conjunct exact 6 degrees with Black Moon Lilith involved in Taurus. So just on a very personal level, we're all going to be feeling this, even if we just sit in a room by ourselves. So just breathe. It's going to pass, I promise. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.